Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Eve the Empress Oracle. Today we're going to do your career and finance reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you decide to watch this, this is when it will apply to you. As always, this is a general read, so please take what resonates with you and leave what does not. If you would like a more personal, in-depth reading specific to you and your situation, you may contact me. My email is in the description box below. Okay, we're going to do this reading here. I did create my own oracle cards. I had created 2 decks, one for love and one for career and finances, because I did notice, as being a reader here, there are not many decks there's plenty of love oracle decks, but there were not many career and finance oracle decks. So I do have a few for sale. It is first come, first serve, so you can contact me also for the info on that. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this. You have pile 1, 2, and 3. Pick whichever pile you are most drawn to, and the timestamp is in the description box below. As always, I ask if you have not already subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to like my video, comment, and share with family and friends, because there may be messages here for them as well. For those of you who chose pile 1, okay, we are going to start with this first message here. This is from the Money and Law of Attraction card, and you pick the number 8. And the quote is, "I am the attractor of my every experience." Okay, and it reads, "You are meant to live an expansive, exhilarating, good-feeling experience. It was your plan when you made the decision to become focused in your physical body in this time-space reality. You were born knowing that you are a powerful being, that you are good, that you are the creator of your experience, and that the law of attraction, the essence of that which is like unto yourself, is drawn, is the basis of the universe, and you knew it would serve you well, and so it has." All right, so this is basically saying here that, you know, when you chose to come into this life here, you know, on earth, that you would attract whatever you were focused on, that you were going to be focused on the law of attraction and learn to master it. Okay, so like it says here in the simpler terms, I am the attractor of my every experience. So every time you have an experience, whether good or bad, think to yourself, what have you been focusing on? What have you been thinking about that could have played a part in manifesting this good or bad event? Okay, now this is the Psychic Tarot, and you have choose wisely, mental conflict, and patience. All right, so you have some options here. Okay, you have some options here. There's many options for you to choose, but it's up to you on which one you're going to go with. So it's reminding you to choose wisely. And because you may be a little overwhelmed, or because you have so many options, you may feel a little conflicted here. Okay, you may be unsure which one to choose. Am I choosing the right one? What if I go with this one? But what if I go with that one? Like you're at this tug of war. You're unsure on which one to, you know, which route to go, which decision to make, you know, how to take that step forward, because there's so many different paths, so many options, you know, available to you. All right. But then all in all, it's telling you to just be patient. Okay, you don't need to make a decision right now. Take your time. You know, assess it, weigh the pros and the cons, you know, really think about, okay, if I choose option A, what would this look like? How will it benefit me? What could be some of the downfalls? Okay, what about B? What about C? You know, and continue to go like that, and then just give yourself some time to really see which one you're feeling most comfortable with. You don't need to make an instant decision. All right, patience will be in your favor. Now to clarify these, we got the Robin Hood Tarot. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Four of Swords. Yes, so again, you're getting a lot of that energy here to not make a rush decision, because ultimately you want the Ten of Pentacles, and it is available to you here with these options. Okay, within these options, within these paths, lies your desire, lies the outcome that you want. So it is available within one of the options that's being provided to you, down one of the paths, down one of the routes. It is available to you. Okay, but don't make hasty choices. Don't make hasty decisions. Don't act upon emotion. Okay, because you have the two cards here where it's telling you not to make a decision right now. The Hanged Man. This is you feeling suspended in the air, like you don't know which way to go. You're feeling hang. You're torn between two worlds. Okay, and then the Four of Swords is rest and rejuvenation. This is time for you to take to yourself to rest, rejuvenate, some me time. All right, to really reflect upon what it is that may serve you. Okay, and this is confirming the Patience card. Okay, you know that old saying, oh, sleep on it, see how you feel in the morning. It's that same concept. Okay, take your time, weigh out all the options. There's no negative card here. All right, the only thing is you're feeling conflicted, you're feeling confused, but it's something within yourself. So it's something that you can change, it's something that you can get a hold of. It's no outer influences or nothing out of you is preventing you from accomplishing your goals. You're just feeling a little overwhelmed by, which move to make, which path to take. You're maybe a little fearful, because you don't know how the future is going to look, or what the future holds. And it's okay. And that's why it's good to make a plan. Weigh all the pros and the cons. Take your time, and when you feel comfortable, you make your decision, because the Ten of Pentacles, the wish fulfillment, the happy family, the stability, the full chapter, okay, it is waiting on you. It's there. It's available to you. You just need to take your time to make the right choice. All right, then this is the Energy Oracle. And you have financial constraints, the number 13. So that may be why you're feeling so hesitant, because currently you're feeling constrained. You're feeling a lack. You're in this lack mentality, and which is leading you to be fearful of the future. This is why you're fearful to not make the wrong choice, to not make the same choices you have in the past, because you want to come out of this lack mindset. You want to come out of feeling financially burdened and constrained and feeling like you don't have enough. But like I said, there were no negative cards here. So this is a mental thing. This is your mindset. Okay, and go back to the very beginning, the first card. I am the attractor of my every experience. So are you focusing on what you don't have? Because that is what you will be attracting more of, things you don't have. All right, viewing things as in the sense that you don't have it. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you want to have. Focus on what it will feel like, what it will look like if your desires were fulfilled. If you got what you wanted at the end of the day, what does that feel like? What does that look like? Focus on that. Visualize that. Don't continue to live in your current situation, or else you're going to continue to stay there. All right. Then from the Wisdom Oracle, you have go the distance. See? So it's telling you, Take a chance. You don't need to make a quick, hasty decision. But you, with all the options that are available to you, all the paths, it's up to you to get up and actually do something about it. If you want a change in your life, you have to actually go the distance. Nobody can do it for you. Plenty of people can offer advice, try to help you, try to sway you, try to motivate you. But in the end, it's up to you to actually make the decisions. Okay, it's up to you to determine what it is you're willing to do. Are you willing to move? Are you willing to commit to this? Are you willing to sacrifice this to get a bigger return? It's all up to you. Okay, so weigh your decisions, but it's going to be time for you to take action, for you to move after you had a little bit of time to review and contemplate. Okay, now to wrap this up with the deck that I created, the Career and Finances Oracle deck, you have the answer to this career finance question is yes. Okay, and what I'm getting from that is you chose to watch this video to see if things were going to improve for you financially. That's what came to me. Is money going to be in your future? Are you going to get out of this financial constraint, this burden? Okay, are you going to eventually be able to be financially stable? Really think about what was in your mind, what question you were hoping these cards will reveal to you when you click the video to watch it and you chose pile 1, because the answer to that question is yes. And we've seen it here. Like I said, you have plenty of options, plenty of paths to take. It's just up to you to actually go the distance and try one out. Try one out. At the end of the day, we live so much in fear, but at the end of the day, what's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work out and then you're back to the drawing board. Or it doesn't work out and then you go to option 2. You try another path, you go down another road and you try to make that work. Okay, life is full of ups and downs. Okay, and then if something didn't work, you just take the lessons that needed to be learned and you'll be better the next go round. All right, but the answer is yes. And I felt that here because you had the 10 of Pentacles. This is a very positive, happy card. And especially that we're talking about finances here. There's no card higher than the 10 of Pentacles. This is the ultimate fulfillment. This is the happy ending, the stability. All right, so you have that within your bag of options here. All right, it is available to you. Choose wisely. Take this time to make a wise choice. Because what you want, your desires, your dreams, is in one of these options. It is down one of these paths. All right, so just remember that. And focus on what you're thinking about. You are the attractor of what you experience. If you think lack, you're going to experience lack. If you think abundance, you will experience abundance. So group number 1, I hope this was a message you needed to hear. Until next time, blessings to you all. For those of you who chose group number 2, pile 2, okay, we're going to start your message here with the Money and Law of Attraction card. And it is 41. It says, the physical me is materialized spirit. Okay. Some say that you should not want money at all because the desire for money is materialistic and not spiritual. But we want you to remember that you are here in this very physical world where spirit has materialized. You cannot separate yourself from the aspect of yourself that is spiritual. And while you are here in these bodies, you cannot separate yourselves from that which is physical or material. All of the magnificent things of a physical nature that are surrounding you are spiritual in nature. All right, so this is basically saying, maybe some of you guys have beliefs that you know, money is evil, or, you know, you don't want to be greedy, or maybe feeling like you don't deserve something, you know, things like that. It could be how you were raised, how you were conditioned. Like I said, some people were taught that, you know, wanting material things or money and stuff is not living in spirit, which to some aspect is true in society, because society, once people start talking about spirituality and stuff, a lot of them assume that, you know, they're all minimalist, or they're all vegetarians or vegans, or only eat organic stuff, or they're gonna go river dance in the forest, and, you know, they have all these crazy perceptions, you know, that they're gonna go live off the grid and live off nature and be with nature. Nothing is wrong with any of those things that I said. However, those can just be like stereotypes. You know, those are just things that people push on other people. There's nothing, you know, everybody has to do what feels right to them. For some people, the things that I mentioned may be, you know, what they feel is right. It may be the only way that they know how to live, or the only way that they feel comfortable to live. But it may not feel right or be another person's calling or path. But to say that material needs or wants, or the longing for financial stability or security is wrong, is just that. It's wrong. It's wrong in the essence for making that person feel bad about wanting to feel secure, wanting to feel stable, because everybody's conditioning has been different. Maybe that person has grew up without much, so they're determined to be a successful individual, to have, you know, all these material things, because as a child they did not have this. You know, or for some, having material things or having money is a way to show their accomplishments. For everyone is different, and it's not wrong, is what this card is saying. You can have both. You can be materialistic as well as being spiritual. And that is where balance, that's where balance comes into play. Being spiritual is all about being in balance and being in harmony. Okay, if the universe did not want you to have money, they wouldn't give it to you, or they wouldn't put the opportunities there in place for you. Okay, but all in all, you can be materialistic and you can be spiritual. It's all about balance, the giving and receiving. You know, being greedy and greed and envy and jealousy, that's a whole nother different thing. And yes, those are frowned upon. Those things are negative. But you could be the richest person in the world, and as long as you have a good heart and you're putting your money also for good causes, as well as, you know, what you want, your desires, you know, you realize you've been put in this position and you have these abundant resources, so you give back, you help. That's you balancing it out. It doesn't make you a bad person. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't let other people's beliefs and perceptions make you feel bad about what it is that you want. All right, now we have the Psychic Tarot here. You have prosperity begins. Yes. So some good things is coming in the financial sector. Accelerated motion. Things are going to be coming in quick. Discontent and boredom. All right. So right now you may be feeling discontent and bored. All right, especially with what I just said. You know, people may be making you feel some type of way, and you know, you're dealing with that. But right now you're not feeling connected to spirit. You're feeling bored, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling displeased, you're not feeling satisfied. Okay? But put that aside. Okay? Don't focus so much on the darkness when the sun and the shine is right behind you. Don't focus so much on the things that were not working out. Focus on the things that can work out. Okay, because there's going to be some pickup coming in quick. Prosperity beginning. All right, the seeds that you have planted are going to start sprouting. They're going to start coming to fruition, and it's going to happen quick. All right, but we're going to clarify these with the Robin Wood Tarot. You have the Magician. Yes, so you have another one here. This is letting you know that you can manifest whatever it is that you want. You have the power. You have all the tools. So if you're feeling unfulfilled, unsatisfied, displeased, then do something about it. Because you have the tools that's needed to bring this prosperity in, to help you regain that happiness, regain that pleasure, not just fleshly pleasure, but to make you feel fulfilled again, to reignite that passion. Okay, you have the Ten of Wands. So you may have been feeling discontent and bored because you've been feeling so burdened, so weighed down. And this could be weighed down by other people's beliefs, what other people have been telling you, and other people forcing their beliefs and their opinions onto you. All right, and you're just taking it and chucking along. But you don't need to be burdened by everybody else. You need to let some of those go. And then you have the Five of Cups. So this is right here again, clarifying this. You have been focusing so much on the things that have not worked out, these spilled cups, that you have forgotten the positive, or you're losing sight of what you do have or what you can have, because you're so focused on the things that are not working out. Okay, in both of these cards here, the person is focused on the negative, okay, with their back turned towards the positive. The positive in this picture is the rainbows, the sun, the shine, the castle, all this in the back. But instead, he's turned and he's facing and embracing the darkness. Here, this person got his back turned to the cups that are upright, the cups that are still full. Instead, he's focused on what's spilled over, what he's lost. So make sure that you're focusing on the right thing, because that's what's going to stop your blessing, or that's what's going to keep postponing this stuff from occurring. Okay, this is the Energy Oracle. You have the Thinking Man. Yes, and both of these cards here, you have been thinking. And it doesn't just have to be a man. It doesn't just have to be of masculine nature. All right, but remember, everyone has both masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang. Okay, the balance that I had talked about in the beginning. You know, you just need to have balance. And with all of us, we have white and black. We have light and dark. We have, you know, the masculine and the feminine. So this is just representing the more masculine. And this can be you focusing more on that sense of security. All right, that the survival instinct and things like that. You're focused on, you know, the negativity here, which is of masculine nature. So redirect that thinking from what didn't work out or what you don't like. Turn around and see what's awaiting you. Turn around and see what is available to you. Put down some of those burdens. You know, boomerang some of people's opinions and negative things that they're trying to push upon you, especially if you don't agree with them. Okay, from the Wisdom Oracle, you have Thinker. Again, Thinker. So yes, so you are living very much in your head. You're thinking so much, and you need to change what you're thinking about. All right, and here you have 2 ones, and you have the number 10, which is reduced to 1. So you have 111, and then you have the number 44, and you have the number 4. So you have 111 and 444. So you can Google that and see if there's different message there for you that you can relate to in regards to this. So in 4 of these cards, these 2 right here, it's clearly talking about thinking. And then in these 2 cards here, the head is down and they're thinking, but they're thinking about the wrong thing. So this is very important. This is very important for you at this time to refocus your thinking, because you are keeping yourself where you're at. Okay, you have the Magician. You have these number ones. The number 1 represents new beginnings, new starts, positive things, gifts from the universe. Okay, you have this abundance awaiting you. And you can manifest it, but you need to change your thinking. Okay, because what you're focusing on is what you're going to attract more of. So be mindful of that. Think about what you're thinking about. And if it's not positive and it's not in alignment with what you want, then change it. Now to close the reading here, this is the deck that I had personally made, Career and Finances. You have your hard work and dedication is noticed. Okay, you've been carrying people's burdens. You've been taking the brunt of the work. All right, you've been doing a lot. And that's why the universe is coming in, because they noticed your dedication. But you need to notice what you're thinking about, what you're attracting. All right, the universe has noticed, and they're here to come in with this blessing. They've given you all that you need to make it happen. And it will happen fast once you change this thinking, once you change your perspective. So it's in your hands, really. It's really in your hands. You're the magician right now. So what are you going to do? I hope this was a message you needed to hear. Until next time, blessings to you all. For those of you who chose group 3, this is your message. Okay, we're going to start with the money and law of attraction cards. Okay, and you chose the number 52. And it says, in my appreciation, I allow myself to receive wonderful things. So you're open to receiving at this time. And it reads, the best way to accomplish an improved environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are until you flood your own vibrational patterns of thought with appreciation. And in that changed vibration, you can then allow the new and improved conditions and circumstances to come into your experience. Look for good things about where you are and in your state of appreciation. You lift all self-imposed limitations, and all limitations are self-imposed. And free yourself for the receiving of wonderful things. All right, so this is basically saying that you need to appreciate what you do have instead of focusing on what you don't. Okay, change your thoughts, change what you're thinking about, and then that's how you're going to attract the things that you want. Okay, instead of thinking about how things are currently not working out or how you don't have this or don't have that, focus on what you do want. How will it look when you have it? How will you feel when you receive it? Things like that. You need to change how you're thinking, and that's how you're going to attract it. That's how you're going to welcome it in. And that's what it says when it says limitations are self-imposed, because we put the limits on ourselves. Okay? You can receive wonderful things. You just need to be open to receiving them. All right, now this is the Psychic Tarot, and you have hope. Okay, so you're being hopeful for something. There's some healing here. Partnerships and alliances. Okay, you may be needing to co-create with someone, or what's the word that I'm looking for? Collaborate with somebody. Okay, you might need to go into a partnership and triumph. So it's going to work out. Maybe someone has been put in your path to help accelerate you, to help you get to your goals. There's someone here to give you a hand and to bring you this new hope, to help you heal, and is going to be successful. Okay, in appreciation, I allow myself to receive wonderful things. So are you going to receive this help? Are you going to allow yourself to receive this help? To receive this partnership that's going to help you accelerate, that's going to help you step up to get closer to your goal, get closer to your accomplishments? Okay, now to clarify these are the Robin Wood Tarot. You have the Nine of Cups. Yes, you are going to be fulfilled. You're going to be happy. The Chariot, that's this card right here. So that came in twice. So that's letting you know full speed ahead. You are going to move full speed ahead. Things are going to move forward. And then you have the Six of Swords. So in order to move forward, you need to leave something behind. All right, so that's going to be different for everybody. Some of you, you're going to have to leave something behind. Okay, something, someone, you're going to have to leave it behind. And for others, the other message I'm getting from here is it's time for you to just move forward. It's time for you to take that leap of faith and set sail, move forward. You know, why are you staying stagnant? Why are you staying on the same side of the river of, you know, yeah, I see it as of the river here, when you need to explore and see what's on the other side. Don't limit yourself. Let yourself go. Go to where you will succeed. Go to where you will flourish. Okay, this card is usually read as a saying that you're sailing to calmer waters. Okay, so this is you leaving the lack behind, leaving behind the things that did not work out. And now you're moving to opportunity. You're moving to success. You're moving to where you will be in a better position to accomplish your goals. Whether it's an actual physical move, you know, maybe to a bigger city where there's more opportunity, or to a place that, you know, the pay is higher, or where you have more support, or, you know, your trade or your craft or your talent is more openly welcomed. Okay, but you will be linking up with somebody here that's going to help you. And then you have the Chariot, and you have 3 sevens here so far. You have 7, 7, and 17. So automatically I'm thinking the lucky sevens. So you guys are going to be lucky at the time that you're reading this. Things are going to start unfolding for you. You are going to be happy. All right, you are going to be happy. This hope that you have been clinging on to, your hope for things to improve, your hope for things to get better, to finally pick up and take off, is happening. Because you got the Chariot twice. Full speed ahead. Triumph. Okay, you're moving. You're setting sail to calmer waters, to where things are going to be better for you, easier for you, without so much resistance and pushback. Receive. Be open to receiving these wonderful things, because the universe is putting things and people in your path that's meant there to help you. Okay, from the Energy Oracle, door to value. Yes, see, that's where you're moving towards. You're moving towards the door to value. These gates are being opened to you. These doors are being opened to you, and it's just gonna come flowing out. Full steam ahead. It's waiting for you. You just got to continue to move towards it. The Wisdom Oracle, message in a bottle. Okay, so that may be this partnership and alliance here. Okay, this person may be coming in with an offer. They may be offering you some type of collaboration or partnership, some type of offer. Or this person may just be here to help you, to give you some advice. Like, hey, you know, so-and-so is hiring, or, you know, hey, they're doing an event over here, you should really show your face, you might meet some people. Someone is going to tell you something that's going to be very beneficial to you, to help you advance, to help you move forward, to help this all occur, because this is all very positive. So whatever it is going to work out. Now, to wrap this up, this is the Oracle deck that I had created, career and finances, and it has your work is being impacted by your children. Okay, so for some of you that are watching this, you have children, and that may have been why you were so hesitant to move forward before, because you were feeling your obligation, you were putting your children first, which nothing is wrong with that. Okay, but you were putting yourself behind, or maybe you were letting certain opportunities pass because you didn't feel you had that freedom to move forward and to focus on yourself. Or maybe something was, you know, maybe the children were young, or the children were older and you wanted to provide that stability and didn't want to move them, or, you know, it's going to be different for everybody. So just take it how it applies to you. And for those of you that do not have children, this can be the pause and the wait. Well, first of all, what came to me is maybe you desire to work with children, or maybe the line of business or your career or something somehow involves children. Okay, whether it's, you know, maybe being a teacher, maybe teaching, maybe in the arts, coach, acting, writing, you know, something that caters to children. That's what came to me also. Or maybe you're going to meet this help through someone you meet from taking your children somewhere, or being in a place that is around children. Like maybe you may meet somebody at a park, or at a friend's kid's birthday party. You know, this can go so many different ways. But then the other message that I'm getting with this is your childhood could have had an impact on this. Maybe you have felt a little discouraged, or you weren't having that childlike faith anymore because maybe you were feeling like things weren't working out, or you were scared, or things like that. And it's requiring you to tap back in to whenever that time was that your spark went out and you lost that childlike faith, and reclaim it. Have that childlike faith. Trust again. Believe in yourself. You know, as children, many people tell children, you can be whatever you want to be. You know, you just got to put your mind to it and work hard. So apply that to your life now. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. You can accomplish your dreams. You just got to work hard and put your mind to it. Everything is going to work out. These are all positive cards here. So receive whatever the universe is giving you, whether it's help, advice, like a hint, or, you know, an invitation or something. You know, take it, receive it, because it's going to lead you to your happiness, to the door to value. You are going to succeed. You are going to move forward. So I hope this was a message you needed to hear. And until next time, many blessings.